Hey guys, welcome back to my another video. This is going to be a fifth video for building the applications on a React, and I'm using the building the authentications using the JWT token and also using the Redux on my React applications. So far what we built is we built the login page here. So not sorry, not login page, the sign up page here. On the sign up one, let me try to sign up here. So I will try to sign up with using something called name and I'll just submit it. So once I click it, now I'm logged in here and even I refresh my page, then I'm still logged in here, which is good, right? Because I'm storing my all the information in my local storage, which is here, and I'm trying to get that data from local storage, and I'm putting trying and I'm putting that in my React state here, which is good. So I can log out, but logged out functionality doesn't even work yet. So on this video, I will try. I'm gonna build the logout functionality. Okay. So let's begin with the code here. And if you guys didn't watch my previous video, please watch the previous video because without watching the previous video, it's. But if you're gonna watch this one, then I will add a logout functionality. Of course, it's going to be on Redux. And okay, so I'll just begin with this functionality now. So I'm in this my home page, and here is my header. And basically on my header, now what I have is I have the logout here. So I will see my user, I will see the logout button, but it doesn't do anything. On a previous video, I added this map dispatch to props, and I'm adding this was using the connect here, and it has something called register, but it's not been used. But instead of register, I will use something called logout here. And to do a logout, what my API requires, so I will just go to the Swagger doc, and my logout is basically a GET request, and it doesn't need anything. It just need the authorization code that is needed to log out. That's all what it need. It just need the authorization code. So I'll just pass the authorization code. So whenever I logged in already, then my reducer, my auth reducer, if I logged in successfully, or if I have already the JWT token, and then I will pass my bear token key in my Axios data automatically. So which is good. Whenever I refresh it, this will load it at first time. And if it says that my expiration date is not expired, then it will add my authorization date here. But I need to add this one somewhere here as well. So whenever you register at the first time, which is everything is good, then I need to add my authorization here as well. And I need to use this JWT token. And in action.payload, I'm getting my all the user information. So all I can do the action.payload.jwt token. So on this way, it will set it up the my authorization token on my Axios authorizations. So I don't have to set it up. I don't have to set it up or put my headers in Axios all the time if this has been set up. Okay, just to make a life little easier there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this logout button and I'm going to create the event here. The event is going to be on click. So whenever the logout button is clicked, whenever the logout button clicks, then it will just do a logout. That's all. It's gonna do a logout here. And yep, no need to. Yeah, I will just pass the history just to make sure the hold on. If it's logout, then I think I don't need to pass the history because I'm still on the home. You know what? I need to pass the history because I want to move the routing to home. I guess I will put it right into home. Okay. So here is a logout, right? And whenever this logout is clicked, so I need to also pass my logout here and props. So now I have a logout on my props, which is good. So once I have in props, then I can use it here in my component. So I use on the here, whenever it's logout clicked, then use it here. You know what? I'll just pass the history as well. And this is just to go to the different route. So history. So I will pass the history to logout. So whenever this logout is clicked, now this will be triggered right here and it will get a history. And here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call this dispatch function. And dispatch function, I need to call the action here. And what would be my action? So I'll just directly go in my auth action and I have a register action here, which is good. So I'll copy the register action and I will paste it here. And I will make this as a logout action. Okay. So basically it is gonna log me out. logout auth action. So basically logout action doesn't need any user. It will give me the history, which is okay. So logout, what would you mean by here? So it would be a GET request, but I don't need this. I believe this would be a logout. Okay. I need to verify this, my APIs. Let me go in Swagger doc. Yep, it is, yeah, here the logout is not even here now. I need to fix that too. But let me go in Audax and do the little bit of work here. So this will be the logout here, and I will get a response. So everything is successful. Then it will give me a data, and here, the everything it's logout. So I will pass my empty data here. So I don't need. I will pass my empty data here, and register is successful. Okay. So register is successful, or I can also pass this data. It doesn't even matter. Here, if it's successful, I will get something called message, something called as logout successful. So instead of the register successful, now I need to create my action type here as well. And action type is going to be a logout successful. So a log out success. SUCCES, exactly the same one. So I'll copy and paste it here as well. Logout success, and what happens if a logout is fail? If logout is also fail, I will forcefully log out the users because there's no point to stay there, right? That something fishy is going on if I didn't log out as well. So here the success here, which is good, and here I'll use the logout success, and here maybe I'll write the logout fail. Okay. So what happened if a logout success, then this. If a logout fail, then empty array. That's all. Logout success and logout fail. And I need to also export this so I can call this. So I need to call this on where? On my uh, headers here. So on headers here in dispatch, I need to call this. I need to import it. It's already imported. And this is a function. So it will just need to pass the history here. So I'm just passing the history here. And this is getting the history right here. It's log outing. It will dispatch something called log out success, and it will push that to history. So what the log out success dispatch will do? So I need to go in my reducer, and I need to write a couple of the reducer code here. Okay. So the first thing is what I'm gonna do here is yep, what I'm gonna do it here is I'm gonna write another case for this one, and this case is going to be auth action type, and is going to be what? Logout success. What happen if it's logout is success? If the logout is success, then I will return a new auth state. That's all. It's success. So give me back the new one. I don't need to get from the payload. The payload is basically only extended payload is only giving me a message here. That's all. What happen if the logout is fail? If the logout is fail, then basically I can return a new state directly like this. But in extended payload, yeah, it will give me the extended payload will give me something called the empty issue, empty array like this. So instead of that, just use this. Okay. So if logout success, then use this. Logout fail, then just use this. Okay. That's all. So that's all about it. And yep, that's all about it. And now let's see what this issue is. Its issue is coming from line number 28 on header.js. So let's go to line number 28. What's really cooking here? What it says what it really says. It says logout is not defined. I logout are defined right here. So what is this? It is defined right here, and it's not even defined. Really? Okay. Maybe I need to refresh this. Sometimes React does that work. Sometimes you need to refresh it manually, otherwise it doesn't even work. That's the magic. So now I will log out. Let's see the action will trigger or not. Okay, looks like the action is triggering, but new state is to be what cannot access a new state before the initializing. Let me check. I think this error is definitely coming from my reducer here. This guy. Oh, I'm calling the new state. I shouldn't call the new state. It's going to be auth state, which is my standard state. So instead of the new state here, what I should call the auth state here. Yep, the auth state is going to be a empty blank state. And that's it. So now let me try this. What happened? I think I already logged out. I think it's going to give me a error now. I think it's already called the API. Let me check my Swagger, my database here. So if I go to JWT blacklist, I might see only one. Yep, I'm already logged out. Now it's gonna throw me a error because I'm trying to log out twice. Now it's giving me a throw me the error. Yep, it does throw me the error. It does throw me the access denied something because I logged out already okay, once. But what happened if a login is failed? Logged in is failed, but still it kicked me out and it's give me a login and sign up. So what happened in Redux? The logout is failed. So I told that if a logout is failed, then give me the previous one, give me the empty one, nothing, no information from here. I think did I remove the data here? Nope, I didn't remove the data. So what happened now if I refresh it? It's gonna log me in because it thought that my JWT is not expired and it still logged me in. So if I log out, it's gonna log me out, but it's going to fail again. So to solve that problem, whenever we logged out, where is that guy? Here, local storage. I need to make the empty local storage as well. If anything has happened here, just to make this as a remove item, right? Remove this item, remove item. I don't need this. So it's gonna throw me this one out as well. So now what happened? It's gonna log me in still because it's getting a data from my local storage right here and it's logging me in. So now problem is if I logged out, it's gonna give me a fail. I know it's gonna give me a fail because I already logged out in my API. But when I go it here, of course it can fail. And when I Redux, my Redux is changed to state. But now it's gonna clean my storage too. Now next time when I clean it, it will not log me in at all. It will log me out. So now let's like to sign up again. So let's give some name. Any name doesn't even matter. Uh, La Vegeta. Okay, so let me write this. Doesn't even matter. And save submit. So it's log me in here. If I log out, now yeah, I'm logged out already. And if I refresh also, it's I'm logged out already. Okay, so this is how we can do a logged out. So now only the login functionality we need to build on these applications. Okay, so let's quickly build that login functionality on this video as well. So on login functionality, so this is going to be my login functionality here. On login functionality, I have an email and a password, that's all. So let me build one state here. Let me build the use state using use state here. And let me build something called login state, okay? Login state, all right. All right, guys, so here is my login state and the login is going to be empty at the first time. So on the login state, I'll just copy this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to directly go to my email address right here. So in the email address right here, I'll put some events here, which is going to unchanged event. Okay, whenever this unchanged event will trigger, then what is supposed to give me? It's supposed to give me the events. Okay, so what this event does is I will get the email here. So my email is going to be a event dot target dot value. Okay, this is a standard JavaScript to get the input type input value from input field, and I will set my state React state. So I will set like this. I will get my previous state. This will be exactly the same thing what I did. I will get my previous state. I will create a new object with the previous state. If there is anything exist, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to override with the new one with the property name called email. So if anything the email is here, it will override it right here. Okay, so I will use this. So I'll copy this. I'll use this here as well. And this will be a password instead of email. So I'll just change the password. That's it. And what happened is we submit. So where is my form submit? Here it is. So on submit, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get, of course, the event exactly the same thing as before. I'm gonna prevent this event to submitting. So I will take care of that. And what I'm gonna take care of that is submit the uh, so I need to create one login action again to submit it, and I need to bind these two again with the Redux with the using the connect, and I will also exactly use the same one, map state to props or map state to dispatch. So I'll just copy just to make a life a little easier. Okay, map dispatch to functions, and here what I'm gonna get here is a register. So instead of register, what should be? It should be login. And what will login? Login will give me this and history. Okay, and this one, and here should be a login auth action which we need to create it. So before I create it here, let me create a couple of the here. So I'll use of course the history to tell to go back in different page stuff. So I'll use a history here. So I'll call something called history. Okay. So here I'll use a history, and this history where I need to pass this history here. But I need to get my props here. Okay. From the props, I'm getting that Redux value. So this would be my PRPS props, and what would be my Redux for the props? I'm getting the state, which I'm not using anything here. I'm just using a login information. So I'll just put here login, and with a small l. So I'll use a login here. So login will only take me the history, and of course it's going to take me the login state as well, because it has to know that what is my username and password, and I'm getting it right here. So right, go on the bottom here, right here. So it will check the user state. Instead of user state, just to make a simplest, consistent, I'll put the login state and the history. So here it would be a register, but instead of register, I'll create something called login auth action. It doesn't know what is a login auth action, so I'll just go in my action. Auth action doesn't have a login action at all, so I'll create in the middle here something called auth action, and this is going to be exact same thing like a logout or maybe the logged in or sign up. I believe it should be like a sign up, right? So I'll copy this register here. So I will pass it here. So it will check the user state, but instead of user, I'm just to make it consistent, make a login state. I'm getting the history here. So instead of here, I have a API call endpoint that is into with authenticate, and it's a login state here. It's post, I believe it's a post, and it's getting a login state. And if it's success, then what is success? So I need to create the login success and action type as well for login. So instead of this, I will create something called login, success, login success, and also for this one here, login fail. What happened if it should be a login fail, right? So login success here. So the if login is auth action will be trigger, then I will trigger something called login is success, then success, and in this login success, I will receive a data. Okay, so I'm passing this data. This is going to be user data. So this is login success, and now I need to create a login. What is another one? Fail. If login fail, then I'm going to only pass the empty array, nothing else. That's all. So I'm also getting the history, and I'm pushing here. So this login, I need to export this one as well. So I want to use this on my here. So I'll just import this. So I'll make sure that I import it on the top here. It's called login auth action, which is good. So I'm importing this, and I'm getting this state, and here it is, and here it does. Now the last step is to create a reducer. So what is supposed to do if its login is successful, then I need to create a case here. Case I'll create here on the bottom. So basically if the logged in success, then basically I will also get the data, and so I need to create a new state for that one. So new state, so I will get the new state for that one, and I will get the data, so I'll return this one. And yep, I also need to put this exact same thing again because I successfully log in, right? So I will put my header for this JWT token which I successfully log in, and in storage I can do this two code on my action as well. I don't need to do this one here, but I already did it here for this one, so I'll leave it. But this, I think it's better to do in action. Just put this chunk of code here, right? But anyway, so I already put docket this one here, and this is good, and I'm setting up here, and I'm returning the new state which is coming. Login is successful. So what happened if the login is fail? So I need to create another case for that. What happened if the login is fail, right? So if the login is failed, then don't do anything. Okay, just return me that guy. The not this state, but the auth state, which is my custom state, which I have defined all the way on the top here. That's it. Return that. Okay, I'll just save this. Now let's test this code. If there is any issue, okay, looks like there are a couple of issue. What happened? New state is already declared. Oh, this is already been declared, so I can't even declare here. Oh, okay, then I'll just use something called login auth state. Login. Why I'm defining here, the reason behind is I want to set it, so that's why I'm defining it, and I want to return it too. That's why I need to define this one. So I'll just put it here. Okay, so now, okay, I'll just refresh it by manually use state. Okay, now I'm getting a different issue. It looks like I haven't imported that use state which I use on my login here on the top. Where is it here? Yeah, I need to import that from React, so I'll just save it. Okay, now looks everything's good so far. Hopefully it will work, but if not, then we need to debug this again. Okay, I'll refresh from the page again. Okay, now I don't see any issue. I only see this issue. This is not, yes, it's a pretty easy fix. So let me sign up with something called name, and just name, uh, such a bad names, Sam. Okay, sam@gmail.com and SAM. Okay, so I'll just submit. So what happened? I logged in and now is a Sam here. If I check my reducer, then I am okay. This Chrome. Okay, it's logged in here and this is my state, which is good. So far, so good. I will just refresh the page to make sure that it's working. So if I refresh the page, it will get the data from my local storage and it will set up my any reducer, which is also perfectly fine. So now I will just do a logged out, right? So I'll just do a logged out. It logged me out. I don't have anything. He logged off successful. So my is in previous state, which is okay. In my application, I can't see anything, which is great. So now let's log in here. So if I click a login, then okay, I need to fix this. Fine, it's a simple fix. So I will add something called sam@gmail.com, right? And say I'm Sam is my password. I'll try to submit. Okay, I logged in. Perfect. And if I logged in, I check here. So login successful. And I'm storing this on Redux state as well. And if I check my here, it's working fine. So if I refresh, then it's if I refresh, then yep, it will store getting this data and putting there. And if I check it here, my initial state will be the data with the SAM. So it looks like everything is perfectly fine. So I'm gonna put this the React code on my GitHub so you guys can download it, and hopefully you guys learn something new. I know it's a very long video for building the authentication, especially on Redux will take a long time. If I didn't build on Redux, might be it might take a it might not take that much time, right? But I use this with React and Redux, and maybe in another video, maybe I'll try to create without using a Redux and using the context API. If you guys are interested to watch that video, please let me know. I will create that tutorial as well. And thank you very much for watching this video, and bye for now, guys.